Hello, Walking Dead fanboys and fangirls. I'm here to talk about Rick getting a hold to Garrett and possibly brutally killing this guy. I think this kill will be very, very personal. This is going to be one of the most brutal kills I ever seen Rick probably commit in a Walking Dead TV series so far. Because Rick made it obvious, and I think this was some foreshadowing that happened in The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 1, titled No Sanctuary, when Garrett had everybody mouth gagged up, and they backhands with they had their hands tied up and had their legs tied up. And Garrett came to Rick, and he asks Rick, he ungagged Rick's mouth, and he asks Rick, where are the rest of the weapons that you came here with? Or the bag of weapons that you came here with? And Rick names every physical weapon that fired bullets to him. But then he also names a machete. He says, I have a machete with a red handle, and I'm going to use it to kill you. Now, he never mentioned before that about using the other weapons that use bullets, like the AK that he mentioned that was in the bag. He never mentioned one of those weapons. He never mentioned of using one of those weapons on Garrett. He specifically said he's going to use a machete to kill him. That's going to be a very personal kill. So I definitely think there was some foreshadowing of Rick possibly brutally murdering this guy. Now, let's talk about all the physical hand weapons that we're using. What I mean by physical hand weapons, I mean like knives and machetes. Each character in the Walking Dead TV series that you saw use a knife, or not even each character, but like Rick, every time Rick used a physical, like a knife or a machete, it was always a personal kill. Perfect example. When Rick had went to the prison in season 3 and he had met Thomas for the first time, Rick ends up stabbing this man in the head with a machete. That shit is personal. Anytime you can take a machete and you stab another human being in the skull with it, anytime you take a knife and you can poke another human being to death, that shit's personal. Because Rick had his revolver on him. When he was facing Thomas, he could have easily shot Thomas. This man used a machete and he stabbed that man in the forehead. And I'm talking about when you stab a human through the head, that shit goes through bone, skull, everything. That shit was personal. Sorry, excuse my language. When Daryl was in the woods with Lynn, now I'm talking about in season 4, Lynn was part of Joe's group. And you saw Lynn and Daryl in the woods hunting, and they end up getting into an argument over a rabbit on who killed the rabbit first. And then Lynn says claim, pretty much saying that he killed the rabbit. Lynn starts talking about raping young girls. You see Daryl go to his pocket or he go to his knife holder and he pulls out his knife and he's about to stab this guy. Now, Daryl had his crossbow. Daryl could have used his crossbow to shoot this guy, but he chose to get his knife. That's some personal stuff. Another example. When Rick had finally faced Joe, it was nighttime when they finally bumped heads. It's a guy named Dan. His name is Dan. Now, Dan was the fat guy who was trying to rape Carl that night. Rick could have easily shot Dan after they finished off the rest of Joe's group. But what he tells Michonne and Daryl, he tells them he's mine. And he takes a knife. That was personal. He takes a knife. He cuts in this guy's stomach. And then once he stabs this guy in the stomach, he starts cutting up the man's flesh, like gutting this man open like a pig. And then he continues to stab that man, because that man tried to rape his son. That was a personal kill. When Daryl, in season 2, when Daryl was talking to Randall ends up telling Daryl that him and his group, Tony and Dave and the rest of them, end up raping 2 little girls. out there in the wild. They was with their father. And he also tells Daryl the two little girls' father was with them, but Tony and Dave and the rest of the group that came from Washington, D.C. had took their father, held him down, and let him watch them rape his daughter, or the rest of the group rape his daughter, while the other group members was holding him down. They sat right there and let that man watch his two daughters get raped. Daryl got very heated because Daryl has a crossbow. He could have easily killed Randall. Easy kill. He had a gun at that time. The man takes a knife. The first time he has his encounter with Randall, he takes a knife. He was about to stab that man, but he ends up messing with Randall's stitches that he had in his leg. But the second time, he was about to kill that man. The only reason he didn't stab Randall and kill him that night at the farm was because Dale had got attacked by that zombie. So everybody had ran to his aid. Even Daryl did. So, man, this gonna be a brutal kill, man. Like, Gareth is about to get it. Like I say, that machete shit, definitely some foreshadowing. When Rick told Gareth, you know what, I have a machete in the bag with a red handle, and I'm gonna use it to kill you, he was being very, very specific about it. He's gonna use, I think he might end up using that machete, or he might not end up using the machete. He might use something else, but I do think it's going to be a brutal kill. A brutal kill happened in the comic books, the same thing. So, also remember, Rick made it clear, if you mess with my people, when he told Father Gabriel that, if you mess with my people, I will kill you. Gareth has messed with his people. He messed with Bob. He cut the man's leg off. Shit is about to get real. So I hope you guys enjoyed my Walking Dead video. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and also click here for my Walking Dead issue 133 entitled Impending Doom review that I just released yesterday. And for my second video, click here for my Walking Dead season 5 episode 3 predictions. Have a blessed day and peace.